Listen, so I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but over the weekend I received a text from my daughter. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to post a picture of that text, right? What it says is a picture of Megan Thee Stallion. And the text is from my daughter, and it says, "Mother, meet the Stallion. Her trademark just got approved. Look her up." I was so offended. Like, totally offended. Like, how old do you think that I am that I don't know Megan Thee Stallion? Like, for real, for real. So I looked her up, and I found some things that were a little disheartening. Listen, I know you come here for the tea, but not just any tea. You want that legal tea. Hey y'all, welcome back to The Legal Tea, where we discuss pop culture from a legal view. I am your host, LaConya, brand attorney and owner of Off the Mark IP Solutions, where we help clients throughout the United States own their genius through trademarks, copyrights, and contracts. We got a good one for you, so let's get started. Let's talk about, now that you guys know where I am, let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. I will post a picture in the group, a screenshot that my daughter sent me, I think Saturday. And she was like, "Mother, meet the Stallion." And I was like, no, she said, what she said, "Mother, meet the Stallion. Her trademark is approved. Look her up." And I'm like, girl, like, how old do you really think I am that I wouldn't know who Megan Thee Stallion is? Like, I mean, how old am I? I don't know. Anywho, but I did what she said, and I looked her up. Even though I did hear about a month or two ago that she had filed a trademark for Hot Girl Summer. So I heard that, but I never snooped or looked into it. I just heard that she filed it, and I was like, who? Beans. But on the encouragement of my daughter, I looked her up, right? So what I found was this. There have been several applications filed for Hot Girl Summer. None of them are owned by Megan. They're all owned by 300 Entertainment, which is her record label. Not only do they have applications for Hot Girl Summer, they have applications for her name, Megan Thee Stallion. They have applications for some other things that that are associated with Megan, which concerns me. It always concerns me when an artist does not have control over their brand, and especially with them filing a trademark for her name. They have a trademark for her name. So as I was snooping and looking, one of the things that I saw was that she just inked a deal with Roc Nation. So now I'm like, oh crap, what is this gonna look like? She no longer, if she doesn't own her trademarks, right, and she's trying to go over here, 300 could very well say, oh, you can't own your name, you have to change your name. They can very well say that. Fortunately, when I was reading a little more, it looks like Roc Nation is only they're her management team. So she's still signed with the record label, 300, but Roc Nation will serve as her management team. So it won't be any challenges with that. However, they did receive an office action. 300 Entertainment did receive an office action saying that, hey, Megan Thee Stallion, see, because even the people in USPTO know who Meg Thee Stallion is, right? Meg Thee Stallion represents a living person. Do you have their consent? And so far, that consent has not been filed with the USPTO. So I'll be interested in seeing how that plays out. Yeah. But if you are an artist, and I have a friend who worked with artists for years, and she said that's really typical of them to do that, for the record label to own the trademarks, because of the investment that they're making in the artist, and the artists, when they're first coming out, they're not really making any money. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. If she's going to have to buy back her brand identifiers, like artists have to buy back their masters as it relates to copyrights. So that would be really, really... the other thing, while I'm here, the other thing is Ariana Grande. So, like, last week, or maybe it was the week before, there was a lot of poppin' trademark news. So we had Ariana Grande, which was not trademark related, but it's something that I wanted to talk about because as business owners, it's very important that you know this stuff, right? So Ariana Grande, She is suing Forever 21 for, I think, $10 million. I don't even have my notes with me. But she is suing Forever 21 for $10 million for using her likeness. So the tea is, she was in negotiation with Forever 21 to be like a spokesperson or a brand ambassador. And when she sent over her fee, they were like, no, we don't have it. We can't do that. So rather than retaining her services, they went and found a lookalike. They found someone to look like her to give people the impression that they were working with Ariana Grande when they were not. So she is suing for use of likeness. And people are like, can she do that? Yes, she can. And here's the thing, not only can she do that, you can do it too. You can do it too. So Ariana Grande is not the first person to do something like that. Midler, who did she sue? The Ford company years ago. They wanted to use Midler because she had a unique voice, and she declined. They couldn't work it out, so they went and hired someone that sounded like her to do the commercial, and she sued them. So because the courts found that she did have a unique voice, that when people heard it, they would automatically associate that voice with her, she was able to win that lawsuit. Vanna White did the same thing. There was a company that had a commercial where they had a Vanna robot come out that was totally her likeness, and she sued that company. There's a couple other examples of lawsuits where celebrities are suing for people using their likeness, which is why I always tell people, when you're creating a product, right? When you're creating a product, stop using celebrities, stop doing mock-ups with celebrities wearing your stuff, because they get paid for that. So you just think that, oh yeah, this is cute, no harm, no foul. No, they can sue you. They can have your products taken down. They can take whatever profits that you might have earned from using their likeness and claim it as their own. So don't do it. When you have these flyers, when you have all these artists on the flyer, are these artists going to be there? Because it seems like they are. So don't do that. Michael Jordan taught me that. But you have a lot of people out here who don't play about their likeness, and then people get upset. Oh, well, they got so much money, they shouldn't be suing, or they shouldn't. But you can't have that mentality in business, in my opinion. You have to have the mentality of, I'm running a business, and what I put out there comes back to me, and I'm professional. So if I wouldn't want anybody bootlegging my stuff, using my likeness, making false associations, then I shouldn't do that in my own business. And it's just that, it's business, it's not personal, it's not. And one day you will be in that position where you have so much money, right? What else happened? So we had Ariana Grande, we had LeBron James. LeBron James filed a trademark application for Taco Tuesday, y'all. And people were like, what? No, not Taco Tuesday. I love Taco Tuesday. Don't take it from me. Listen, people, that's not how trademarks work, okay? If he files a trademark for Taco Tuesday and it's approved, the classification he had it for was like podcasts and things of that nature. If he gets a trademark for Taco Tuesday, that is not going to stop us from celebrating Taco Tuesday and saying Taco Tuesday. As a matter of fact, there are registered trademarks now for Taco Tuesday, and we're still using it, right? He did run across some challenges, the examining attorney, which very interesting, right? Because they just reported that he filed this application. In less than 3 months, it was already assigned to an examining attorney. Now, if you follow me, you know that it takes 3 months for an application to be assigned to an examining attorney. In between the time that your application is filed and that 3-month period, it's just sitting in the database. So, how swayed that his application was already assigned to an examining attorney before his 3 months was up, right? So, it was assigned to an examining attorney. That examining attorney says, hey, we don't think this functions as a trademark, meaning that when people see that Taco Tuesday, they're not going to automatically think and associate it with his brand. Back to this Taco Tuesday thing. So the examining attorney says, when someone sees Taco Tuesday, they're not going to be thinking about you and your brand. They're not going to associate it with your brand, so it fails to function as a trademark. And I would have to respectfully disagree. That's like saying, let's say that it's a common, it might be common use, common phrase. But if you use it in a unique manner, it's something that can absolutely be associated with a brand. Taco Tuesday, he's not talking about food. he says a podcast talking about sports and family and other things, and other like things related to culture. It has nothing to do with food. So because it's so far away from food, Taco Tuesday, there's a way for us to definitely connect Taco Tuesday with LeBron James brand. And I always say, but I will tell you that lately the examining attorneys have been very strict about what they are allowing to be registered. They have been issuing more and more office actions and making attorneys earn their keep, or in the alternative, if you have filed it for yourself, making the pro se filers either abandon the application because they have no idea how to respond, or end up having to cough up the funds anyway to respond to this office action. Like, I've been receiving an increased amount of people who have filed on their own, and now they've hired me to do their to respond to their office action. So that's just that. So we will keep an eye on that application. But I didn't read it. I saw it somewhere that he just filed it just to show that everything can't be found. But I don't know how true that is. I haven't looked or snooped to see how true that is. But I can't imagine, I would say I can't imagine people just spending money just to see something and prove something wrong. But people do what they want to with their money, right? Beans. Well, thank you so much for joining me and just listening to the update again. And that's it. I am going to go eat some, last night, let me just tell you one more random thing, right, before I get off. Last night, I cooked, what did I make? Beef lo mein. And it's so good. Oh my goodness. Does anybody else go to Pinterest for recipes? That's like my go-to, looking for recipes. So let's do this. Let's keep this party going. How about you all give me a list of topics that you want to talk about. Give me a list of topics that you want to talk about, and we will come on here again, getting back to our once a week thing, and discuss these topics and these questions. I will more than likely be back before the end of the week. Yeah, end of the week to talk about something else. You go for the sweets. I haven't done any sweets. Wait, have I? No, because I'm trying to stay away from sweets. But I do have a bunch of sweets. Oh no, I take that back. Let me tell you. For Christmas, I made a red velvet cake that was layered with cheesecake from a recipe that I got from Pinterest. Baby, my youngest child, who is very picky, she ate so much of that cake, it was ridiculous. That cake was so freaking good. Matter of fact, I have a Pinterest board. You can follow my Pinterest board. It's just my name, LaConya Murray. And I have business stuff on there too, but I have, it's me. So I have food, I have, I'm always doing something different with my hair. So I have food, I have hair, and things like that. So definitely follow my Pinterest board for business tips and for like food, because I like to eat. Ooh, and if you find a good recipe, share it with me, because if you follow me on Pinterest, you can share your recipes with me, because I like good food. Good, yeah, LaConya Murray. Yeah, definitely follow me, and then share your food boards with me. Because I'm always looking for something to eat, something good to cook for the family people, because they like to eat, But cool beans. If you're watching this video on YouTube, I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be the first ones to know when we have a new video coming out. And if you're listening to the podcast and the audio version of this, thank you so much for listening and tuning in. Make sure you rate the podcast. Let me know what you think. Share it with a friend. And I'll see you next week.